boys. My name is Captain Craig. This is Carol. Let's get this party started. Now we got a couple of basic rules here on the old duck. We got to make sure you guys stay seated at all times. Keep your hands, feet, heads, tails, everything you're permanently attached to inside the duck boat. We're going to pass extremely close to things like that sign. A nice big arrow. You never know, so keep it in the boat. We're also going to ask that there's no smoking on the duck boat. It's a terrible idea, especially those of you sitting on top of the gas tank. That's good. You're in 7th grade, you shouldn't be smoking. And you're never too young.
What?
I don't know what the moral of that story is. But don't smoke. Also, don't talk on your cell phone. It's wildly annoying to everyone around you, and it's our goal to do that equally. We also ask you to laugh at our bad jokes because it makes us feel better about the life choices. Thank you.
No worries, I laugh at bad jokes anyway. Same.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, he's behind us now. All kinds of cool things. I'm going to pass the mic over to Carol. She's going to tell us incredible things about historic downtown Pittsburgh.
Okay, there's one rule you didn't talk about, Craig. It's the quacking rule.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, because I'm bicycle.
Oh, no, wait. Let me explain the quack. I do want to explain the quack.
Oh, yeah, here's how we do this. We sneak up on people. Carol or myself point. We count 1, 2, 3, and you respond with a nice hearty quack, quack, quack. We're going to do that as we make our way through the city. The important thing there is we quack as a group or we don't quack at all. So if you want to quack, point someone out to us. We like quacking at cops and weddings, people on their cell phone. Let's get through the best practice quacks on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
Pretty good quacking. Awesome stuff.
Well, welcome everybody. We're happy you joined us just like you today. And you're all from Sandy Valley. Always at the beginning of the tour, I asked everybody where they're from, if you're not from Pittsburgh. So all of you are from Sandy Valley, Ohio, yes?
Yeah!
Okay, now I'm going to be telling you something about the city. So I'd like you to tell me something about your school. So whatever you'd like to tell me, what makes yours such a good school?
Great people!
Great people.
We have a crazy science teacher.
What did you say, miss?
I've had more friends this year than I have any other school year. So.
All right, that's good. We love that.
We have a crazy science teacher.
Crazy science teacher? Is your
Yes! No!
No. Okay. So your teacher on board is the same
Social
teacher.
studies teacher.
He's nice? You like him?
They're all weird. We call our teachers fruits and veggies. Yeah! Like Mr. Pintello's Mr. Potato.
Fruits and veggies.
Wow.
Very health conscious, very low cholesterol. Yep.
Mr.
Gotta get
Often
fiber.
Burger.
So what are some of your favorite subjects at your school?
Science.
Science. You're that crazy science teacher, right? Social studies.
Math.
Language arts reading.
Okay, that sounds great.
Math. Mr. Nicholson's really math.
No. Well, that sounds like a really wonderful thing. So now I feel like I know something about your school. Let me tell you something about Pittsburgh. You know, back in the day, Pittsburgh was known for making steel. Even the football team is called the Steelers. But hey, keep your hand inside, sweetie. We don't want to lean out with your hand.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. So we don't make steel anymore inside our city. But who knows what Pittsburgh is known for today? Do any of you know? What do you think?
A bad football team.
A bad
Aren't you glad we're not going in the water? We're not all going in the water.
I think just one person is going in the water. Who's your football team?
San Francisco 49ers.
How many Super Bowls do they have?
Here's a math question. Is it more or less than 6?
You know, Craig, I think it's less than 6.
I bet it's less than 6 because
Every other team in the NFL has less than 6.
one of my favorite facts about winning more Super Bowls than every other team in the NFL is that it makes you better than every other team in the NFL. That is a fact, not an opinion. Yeah, we've come to terms with
Well, okay, so let's call football, let's call sports and entertainment one thing that Pittsburgh is known for. And we really are. We've become somewhat of a food destination. We have a great cultural district. We have really some good sports amenities. But what else are we known for? How do people make their living? They used to work in the steel mines, steel mills and coal mines. They don't do that anymore here in Pittsburgh. Anybody know how most people make a living here in Pittsburgh, what we're known for today? Yeah. Business, yeah, especially science and technology, engineering, robotics. You might even get to see a driverless Uber car around there. What do you say?
What about tours?
Yeah, that tourism. awesome. Yes, that we call that our entertainment. Okay, so nowadays, when you see Pittsburgh, you might hear these three words: eds, meds, and tech.
Wait, can we?
Oh, quack, quack, quack. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So eds, meds, and tech stands for education, medicine, and technology. That's what we're known for today. Now we are crossing one of our many bridges onto the town side of our city. And before I tell you anything about the city, let me talk about the locks that are on the bridge. Almost every time we cross this bridge, I hear at least 2 or 3 people saying to each other, "What's up with those locks?" Maybe you were wondering that.
That's where people lock their love.
That's exactly right. We're going to get you an application after the tour is over. Yep, these locks on this bridge are a trend that started in Paris, France. And these are called locks of love. So you get your sweetheart, you get a lock that closes with a key, you bring everything to the bridge, write both of your names on the lock, click that lock to the railing, and throw the key into the river. Yep, that means your love will last forever, yes?
What happens if you guys split up?
You
Well,
have to
I'll
cover
tell you, yeah.
both
I saw a beautiful lady out there with an oxyacetylene torch angrily cutting one off the other day, so you know what that means.
I saw a guy with a Alzheimer's doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
But a true life story. Just last Friday, another captain and I were coming across. There was a couple on this side of the bridge. They had just put their lock on the bridge, and they were taking a picture, a selfie of them with their lock. Yep, pretty cool. So
Can we
romantic.
quack at that woman because she has a dog?
Yes.
Let's do woof, woof, woof for the
Yes.
dog. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woof, woof, woof!
Nothing, no response.
Oh man, she played us off. Even the dog didn't respond.
That's a dog carrier she's got there.
Yes,
That's
it is.
like dog luggage.
Well, that's so when that little dog gets tired of walking, it goes back into the carrier.
That's pretty great. I wish someone would carry something like that around for me.
Hey, don't they have that for you, Craig? That's what this duck boat is.
Yeah, that's pretty much
It's a
what this
captain
duck boat is.
carrier, yeah. When you get tired of walking, we just drive around.
It's great.
So, whoa, just cut in front of us.
That's a good move.
So as we're here, you get a great look at our football, excuse me, I was right the first time, our baseball. That is PNC Park. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we take a return trip. That's where our Pittsburgh Pirates play. And you can also see our 3 sister bridges. If you look behind the boat, there's 3 bridges identically standing in a row. Only place in the entire world where you can see such a thing. Now, one of our nicknames is the City of Bridges. Maybe you know, or maybe you can guess, how many bridges just within Pittsburgh city limits?
17.
17 bridges is a good guess, but way more than 17.
30!
30 bridges, I sneer at 30, more than 30.
100!
52, I heard, more than 52.
100.
100? He's shot. Not even close, more than 100.
300!
Quite 1,000. No.
300.
Not that big. You're very close, just a little
600?
less than 500.
400?
446 bridges just inside Pittsburgh city limits. Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Kind of a big
Every
deal.
now and again, someone doesn't believe me, and I watch them get their phone out and they Google Bridges Pittsburgh. And since this isn't the alternate facts tour, Craig, of course that's true. You'll
Fake
find it
news.
out if you check it yourself. Yeah, wouldn't be prudent. You know who's second to us in the world is? Venice, Italy. I'm sure you've seen pictures of Venice. Maybe you've been there,
they
built
have
on
tons
canals.
of bridges.
Tons of bridges. Venice has 443.
Really?
But here's the difference. Every single bridge in Pittsburgh has to be able to hold up a vehicle, like a car or a duck boat, or we don't call it a bridge. In Venice, only 3 of their bridges are big enough to do that. All the rest are little footbridges to walk over the canals. If we counted all of our footbridges, we'd have over 700. So without even cheating, we beat Venice by 3. And that very distinctive gold color, you might notice all of our commercial bridges are gold, has a name I won't have you guess. It's a made-up word. It's called Alamon Gold. What is that, Craig? Some Jamaican greeting?
Hello,
Mon.
No.
Get on the boat, the green boat. Get on the boat, Jamaican, me crazy. No, it's not Jamaican. It's Allegheny, Ohio, Monongahela. Those are the names of our 3 rivers. Al-O-Mon. The Pittsburgh Paint Company named that color after those rivers, and this is the only place you will find it. Hey, that guy over there wants 3 quacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
There you go. You break that. Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it also known for how many McDonald's they have? This state.
Pittsburgh is known for having the Big Mac sandwich invented here.
They're making.
The Big Mac sandwich was invented on McKnight Road, just north of Pittsburgh. So McKnight Road, McDonald's, Big Mac, yep,
Kind of a big deal.
kind of a big deal. Now, we have a lot of beautiful buildings in our city, but the one you're about to see, most people consider the most beautiful. It's called PPG Place. That stands for Pittsburgh Plate Glass. Same people that now sponsor the arena where the Penguins play. PPG Paints Arena. Well, PPG is 6 towers that stand on 5.5 acres, and as you look down here, like a
Holy
big canyon
moly.
of glass that we're coming into. Yep. It takes 5.5 acres to own all 6 of these towers. Now, they were new in 1984. When PPG was built, the World Architect Foundation said that these were the most beautiful buildings in the world. All the surfaces are covered by black reflective glass. There are spires on top that light up at night. Now, this is the one place they have asked us not to quack, so we're not allowed to quack.
We got in trouble.
But it's like a big glass castle. Cool,
Oh
isn't
my
it beautiful?
lord.
See that fence? That's where an ice skating rink is in the wintertime, bigger than the rink at Rockefeller Center.
I want to go.
Oh, it's really fun. And the fountains they're putting in make it pretty in the summer. But it's not the prettiest sight in town. Craig and I will show you that now. On my side, look right. On his side, look left. Here it is. It's you on the green deck boat.
Yeah.
And you're gorgeous. Hubba, hubba, wow.
If you guys missed it and you really want to take a selfie, there's an encore on the right-hand side right here, okay? Check you out.
Oh my god.
Waka, waka,
Oh my
wowzer.
God.
That is gorgeous, Craig. Just
Straight up amazing.
straight up amazing indeed. And if you didn't like that view, you know what you can do? Just duck.
Oh my. Those people.
Okay, these people. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
Especially since he's dressed like my duck boat T-shirt. He's twins with me. Now, right now you're on 4th Avenue. This is our banking center. At one time, 4th Avenue was the 2nd wealthiest financial district in America. Only Wall Street and New York City generated more capital. Let's give the bus stop 3 quacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Quack!
Quack, quack. I like her hair.
Oh, she quacked a smile.
She's just like.
Are you all having a ducky day?
What a delight.
I think it's a delight.
Ow.
Nothing like a ducky day, Craig.
Stop
Nothing
your
like
knee.
a ducky day.
Maintain your enthusiasm.
That's right. Today, Pittsburgh is the number 3 financial district in America, so we have slipped in odds, but it's still pretty impressive. Now, you know, we, in addition to bridges, we have a lot of rivers in our
Oh
town.
my god. Pigeon.
Where? I know. Where?
Quack, quack, quack. Oh my god.
It's the Wood Street Commons building. See the doorway over there? Just to the left of the doorway is a little rectangular plaque says High Water Mark, March 18, 1936. Now, if you missed it, it's just about as high as these 2 black lamps on either side of the door here. That's how high the rivers came from Pittsburgh's worst ever flood. Up that high. Where those lamps are. The black lamps, just about as high as that sign that I tried to show you back behind there. 46 feet of river water flooded through Pittsburgh. Not quite what we have now, Craig. That's why we're not allowed to go in the river now. We don't have nearly that. But the rivers are very high and running fast, so that's why we can't go into
That
the
would be a
waters.
crazy day.
We'd end up in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We'd be able to go into the river and go downstream, but we wouldn't be able to come upstream.
No hope.
And coming out of the river, we have to be parallel to the, perpendicular to the current, so it just push us right away from our ramps. That's why we're not going in the river. But 46 feet. So we like to keep our rivers in their banks. We don't get those kinds of floods anymore because now there's locks and dams on our rivers to help regulate the flood. Now, I told you Pittsburgh is known for education, medicine, and technology. We have to show you at least one of our universities. This is Point Park University. We've got 32 colleges and universities here in Pittsburgh and immediately around us. Anybody like journalism in here? Might want to be a writer or journalist?
Me.
Point Park has an excellent journalism school, if that would be what you wanted to do.
Noted.
Do I have anybody that likes dancing or acting? Craig, you love acting.
Well,
I raised my hand for
I used to
You
do
tap,
this.
I know. Don't even say it on a school trip. Well,
My
anyway.
hips don't lie.
I know they don't. You ain't sure.
Hey.
Anyway, Point Park has put more actors and actresses on Broadway than any other college or university in America, and the dance department here has been ranked equal to Juilliard in New York City.
Wow.
It's one of the most well-reputed dance programs in the country. So this is a good place to come study if you'd like to be a performer. This last building here is called Conestoga Hall. You see the word Conestoga above the door.
Starbucks.
Yeah, they didn't have Starbucks back when that was Conestoga Hall, because that was the horse and buggy era. Back then, that was the last point by land where travelers could stop. Once they got there, they didn't have any more roads to travel on, just the Monongahela River in very dense woods. So they had to get out of their wagon, they had to sell or trade their animals, get onto a boat, where from right here, you can go all the way down to New Orleans. What do you say, Craig?
Crap!
Oh, yeah.
Ducks going
I
wild.
go there.
Our maximum speed on the water, though, is about 5 miles an hour. Better not do it. It'll be next year's Mardi Gras before we got there. So where we stopped here, let me point out this bridge. This is called the Smithfield Street Bridge. And it's actually the oldest steel bridge in Pittsburgh. And it's the second oldest steel bridge in the entire country. It's the third bridge that stood here. The first bridge here was made of wood. But in 1845, it caught fire and burned down, and it burned down 1/3 of the city. Well, that is really bad. Now, have you heard of the Brooklyn Bridge in New York?
Yes.
Well, a man named John Roebling designed the Brooklyn Bridge. So after our first bridge fell down, he came to Pittsburgh, and he designed the second bridge that stood here, the Roebling Bridge. It didn't last. Much like the first one, it was a goner. So given all the trouble with bridges right here, the guy that built this, named Gustav Lindenthal, he came to the city. And when he built this bridge, he guaranteed that it would stand for 20 years. You know when he made that guarantee? 1883. Yeah, that's when that bridge was built. So it's over 100 years old, but don't fret if you ever have to go across it. It is steel, it is sturdy, and it is structurally sound. And it's one of the few bridges that's not our signature Alabama gold color, because that's called historical landmark, and so those are the colors. Now that's a railroad bridge.
Oh.
A railroad bridge or a trolley bridge in Pittsburgh is black, so that's not for vehicles. So our commercial bridges are gold and our railroad bridges are black. Of course, unless you're Wiz Khalifa.
Black and yellow, 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 black and yellow. Is that the whole song?
I think that's it, Kurt. I think that might be it. This building on your right is called PNC First Side Center, and that's an LED green certified building. What does it mean if I say a building is green? Anybody know? Yes, yes?
For the environment?
Safe for the environment, that's exactly right. Oh, open window, drive-by quack. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, he quacked a smile. That's what we like to do, spread duck boat joy all over the city. That's our job.
Stop.
So, this is an LED green certified building. They have 11 full windows there to maximize the natural light. Over 40% of the materials in there are recycled. Now, here in Pittsburgh, every green building is required to have green space, and this beautiful park is called PNC First Side Park. The street in front of the construction is called the Boulevard of the Allies. If you look down to your right, say hello to Pittsburgh's Chinatown. Hello, Chinatown. Now, 1 block later, say goodbye to Pittsburgh's Chinatown. Bye-bye, Chinatown. There's a Chinatown here. Well, most of those residents were moved when they built that's following World War I. That's the Grand Building. That's the oldest skyscraper here in Pittsburgh. And this is our city county building, where Mayor Bill Faduto has his office. That statue guy up front, that's Richard Caligiuri. He was mayor between 1977 and 88. They say he's the only politician you will ever see with his hands in his own pockets. That's a joke for your teachers.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Yeah, you know, and I really like that guy that statue is based on, because I actually taught his son David English when he was a junior at Taylor Alderdice High School, one of our local high schools.
Oh, that's funny.
He still speaks English to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So, 36 years of teaching, one success story. I will take it. Okay, these folks are like 3 quacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
The next building coming up, kind of impressive. This is our Allegheny County Courthouse. I know, they gave us 3 honks. This courthouse was designed by Henry Hobson Richardson, a famous architect from Boston. This is the most copied building next to the New England Town Hall in America. And down this street is a beautiful castle. Wow, isn't that castle pretty cool?
Oh, that's so cool.
We built that castle to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's 90th birthday. No, wait, that's wrong. That's fake news, Craig. That That castle was the first Allegheny County jail. Yeah. Here in Pittsburgh, we used to put our prisoners in a palace.
Oh, nice.
If you saw our jail now, it's like a riverfront condo. That glass building is another green certified building. That's the BNY Mellon Client Services Center. And as I said, that's Mellon Green Park. Every green space has to have a green building, has to have green space by it. And that water fountain.
Hey, someone corrected us.
That water fountain is a favorite place for wedding pictures, prom pictures, but it's located in Mellon Green Park, so we have a special nickname for it. Brace yourselves. That's the watermelon. Wait, I'll give myself my own rim shot, Craig.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
That joke was so bad we won't even put it on your bill.
We don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Oh, we don't want to lay any eggs there, Craig. We gotta get to the tail end of that joke. Yeah, she gets it. She gets it.
They're duck jokes.
Now that's the geographical center for our city. So right now you are in the very heart, the very middle of Pittsburgh. And across the street from the park, see that big, tall, rust-colored building sticking way up into the sky?
Holy moly.
That is the tallest structure in town. It's our U.S. Steel building.
That is so big.
It's 841 feet tall. It's 64 floors. Every floor is an acre big. That is the tallest man-made acre in America. That was built back in 1971.
It's so big it won't fit in the picture.
You'll be able to see it from the river when we get a better perspective, or from the shore. Built in 1971 of special steel designed to form that rust coating, and once it hardened, it could never rust again. Let's give it 3 quacks. 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
I think they looked at us
Now,
like
over here on your left, that's the Omni. Quack back. That's our job.
Pretty good.
Why are we clapping?
He
So this is the Omni William Penn Hotel. It's our oldest hotel, built in 1916. That's even older than your teachers.
I don't know. I don't know. Vienna thinks the soft burgers.
That hotel is new. Rooms cost $2.50. They're still $2.50. $250. On your right, a building all made of aluminum. See the side of it? You can see it's all made of aluminum. That opened up in 1950 to be the headquarters for the Aluminum Company of America. So much aluminum in that building. You know what they have in the bathroom stalls instead of toilet paper? Aluminum foil. No, they don't. No, Craig, no.
It's rough.
Oh, I'm just glad it's not the steel building, Craig.
I should probably scratch that.
Yeah, flush that right out of the
Wipe
routine.
it clean.
Look at these folks wanting 3 quacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
You're all having a ducky day? Heading home? Best part of the day?
I think they
Sounds like a
We
good
head
plan.
home at 6.
Over here on your left, I know you can't see up into it, but that's Mellon Square. It's a green space with fountains and seating. It's the first green space above a parking garage that opened up anywhere in America, and it opened up back in 1955. That's how long ago we knew that green space was important in our city. Here on your right is the Heinz 57 Center. That's white terracotta. So hard pollution just rolls off, but I can't say the same about the Trinity Cathedral on your left. By 2007, so much pollution coated this beautiful church, they were afraid of acid damage, so they power washed it with baking soda. In the graveyard, see that tall monument in the middle? That's white Italian marble. It's only black because decades of pollution still coat that stone. And the corners of the First Presbyterian Church, well, that's pollution too that wasn't quite removed. So if you thought that Pittsburgh was smoky and dirty, once upon a time we really were. It was so dirty in Pittsburgh, they had to keep the street lights on all day long because the pollution actually dimmed out the sun. The air was so bad that you had a 1 in 5 chance of getting a lung disease just because you were born in or immediately around the city. Guys had to bring 2 shirts to work, one to wear before lunch and one to wear after, because by noon the first shirt would be grayer than my jacket, simply from exposure to the air. Now that's not the case anymore. We've cleaned up and you may want to do the same. Sit a little bit taller. Wave like a king or a queen. Get your wave on. When in doubt, pinkies out. And why am I asking you to do this? Because you are entering the cultural district, the theater section of town. Yeah, we're so swanky. We have our own cultural district.
You have 7-Eleven.
Yes? Everybody's got 7-Eleven.
Oh, thank heaven.
Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Well, our cultural district with its very own 7-Eleven is a 14-block area with the highest concentration of theaters anywhere outside of Broadway in New York City. On your right, that's the Benedum Theater. It's where most Broadway musicals that come to town play. Now, across the street from the Benedict, see that little park?
Yeah.
See those two pink trees in the middle of that park? Got your eyes on them? Those trees are not real. The ones with flowers on, they are made of metal. They're an art exhibit. I like to call them steel magnolias, because even if you come here in the dead of winter,
Dirty
they look
dance.
just like that. Yeah,
Dirty dance.
completely
dance.
realistic. Okay, we'll quack at the people crossing the street.
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
No response.
Oh, we got nothing on that one.
Rude.
Must be because we're dealing quack in the cultural district, Craig. I didn't know we were allowed to do that.
Oh, this is gonna get interesting.
This is going to be interesting. At least it's not a bendy bus.
Oh, he's going that way.
Yay! That's a really good thing. Yeah, as I said, our cultural district is the largest one outside of New York City. The highest concentration of theaters per block. In the Agnes Katz Plaza here, those interesting granite eyeballs are benches. Each of those benches cost $50,000.
Oh my god!
Those are the most expensive seats in the theater district. Your tax money taken for granite. Oh, zing. Next theater square, Cabaret style. Right beside it is the O'Reilly.
It smells like hot
14
dogs.
Architect Awards when it was new.
So good.
And it's all the cooking in the cultural district. A lot of restaurants down here, so you'll be able to smell all the different foods.
It's 7-Eleven.
Hey, another
Oh my goodness, yes, it's the 7-Eleven tour, Craig. Another 7-Eleven. You won't believe it.
What a cultural experience.
Yes. Man, oh day. So both our theaters over here, the O'Reilly and the Theater Square, were both designed by Michael Graves. Now you might have an original Michael Graves at home, because when he didn't do theaters in Pittsburgh, he designed appliances for Target. He designed tea kettles, pots, pans, even an answering machine, someone told me. Guy last week said a Michael Graves answering machine.
Wow.
Yeah. He went from buildings to blenders because he wanted to mix it up a little bit. Quack, quack.
I am not laughing because you told me to. This is a great joke.
Okay, let's give these guys 3 quacks. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
There you go, the quacks. Now they're walking in front of Heinz Hall. That was a movie theater at one time also. It was the Lowe's Penn Theater. But by the 60s, it was underused. By 1969, 70, they were going to rip that all out and put up a parking garage. Jack Heinz, the head of the Heinz Corporation, would not allow them to do that. So he made sure that theater got saved. Today it's home to our Pittsburgh Symphony, which is known all over the world. Only symphony in America, for example, ever invited to the Vatican to play for the Pope. Coming up on your right is the Renaissance Hotel, one of 2 AAA 4-star rated hotels in Pittsburgh. And right beside it is the Byam Theater. Once was a vaudeville house called the Gaiety. Today a lot of children's productions and dance companies use this stage. If you ever want to get tickets here, you know how you get them? You buy them, because it's the Byam Theater.
Oh, I get it.
I
get it!
I was going to say you go on Ticketmaster or StubHub, but I guess not. Now, have you guys heard of Robert Fulton?
No.
Have you studied him in history? The steamship builder? Okay, so Robert Fulton built the first commercially successful steamship that was able to go up and down the rivers. This building where the Renaissance and the Byam Theater is called the Fulton Building, named for him, because his most famous steamship, the New Orleans, was built right here in the city of Pittsburgh. So here we are crossing back across one of our sister bridges. You know, each of these bridges has been named for a famous person. This one is the Roberto Clemente Bridge. He's number 21, our famous pirate ball player. He had 3,000 hits in his career. But in 1972, on New Year's Eve, he was killed in a plane crash. That plane was flying to Nicaragua, where there had been an earthquake. He was on the plane taking food and medicine to people in need, but that plane lost power and crashed, and he lost his life. So he died serving others, a great ball player, but a great humanitarian. The far bridge over there is the Rachel Carson Bridge. She's famous for writing the book Silent Spring. She's considered one of the first environmentalists. And the middle bridge there is the Andy Warhol Bridge. He's named for the pop artist who grew up in Pittsburgh as Andy Warhol. But you know, his art is so out there, it might make you feel like you're out in left field somewhere. Hey, look, left. You are in left field. It's left field, a beautiful PNC. Park. Home to the Pittsburgh Pirates. You're probably all Indians fans, right?
No.
Who's your team? Who's your baseball team? So I said you're probably all Indians fans. Well, okay. Let's give 3 big quacks for whatever team you support. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
Now, have any of you been to PNC Park? Anybody?
I think so.
Okay. Well, if you ever come to Pittsburgh, those of you who haven't, and you get a chance, go. That has been rated the #1 ballpark in America by ESPN.com, Reader's Digest, and especially by Captain Craig. Now, it's not a very big ballpark. It only holds 38,000 people. But our Heinz Field holds 71. 38,000 is one of the smallest. I think it's the second smallest ballpark in all of Major League Baseball. I'm not sure. Do you know what the smallest one is?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know ours is pretty small. But no seat is more than 88 feet from the field. No matter where you sit, that's how far away you are from the action. So you can't get a better view of the game. And you probably noticed our stadium has an open end. So when you're in there, you look out to the skyline of Pittsburgh, especially beautiful at night when the buildings are all lit up. And if you go to our game, you can actually
It's the tuna company.
Yeah, Starkist Tuna is headquartered here in Pittsburgh.
Oh my God!
I did not know that.
Yeah, did you know that Starkist Tuna comes right out of the Allegheny River? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's not true.
It comes out of the ocean, I am sure, but the headquarters is here in Pittsburgh, so that's why you see the building with their logo and spelling
We
tuna
clap
on it.
for Starkist.
Oh, heck yeah, we can clap for Starkist. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack,
You
quack!
know what, Craig? Since they're tuna, we should say glub, glub, glub. Like we're underwater. Glub, glub, glub. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Glove, glove, glove!
Yeah. So a beautiful PNC Park back there. Certainly. Oh, one more thing about that. If you have a dog, one night a week or one night a month, they have club nights at PNC, and they even have an all-you-can-eat section in there, where with your ticket you get unlimited baseball food. So come and take in a game if you can. Now, obviously, that wasn't the first place our Pirates played. A long time ago, not far from that stadium, they played in Exposition Park. In fact, in 1903, Pittsburgh and Boston played in the very first World Series ever played. Boston won. Now, we have gone on to win 5 World Series titles in our team's history. You know, Craig, that goes along with our 6 Super Bowl titles and our 4 Stanley Cups.
Kind of a big deal.
It's, 4, 5, 6. It's Pirates, Steelers. Kind of a cool thing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Now, you know, our team wasn't always called the Pirates. You probably don't know that. When we were formed, we were known as the Pittsburgh Alleghenies. Like, that is a really rotten name. What do you have as your mascot? A cup of river water, a clump of soil, some dirt? So we can thank Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for our team's name. Well, how does that happen? Well, back when the Pirates were still called the Pittsburgh Alleghenies, there was a player in Philadelphia that we wanted. And so after the season was over, without permission, we secretly negotiated with Philadelphia's player, not telling the team. Basically, we stole him away. The Alleghenies stole him. They were not at all happy in Philadelphia. You know, they're so happy, unhappy. They even moved Santa Claus one time on the Jumbotron. So all the Philadelphia papers said, Pittsburgh Pirates player. Alleghenies are Pirates. Here in Pittsburgh, we said, hey, Alleghenies are Pirates. That is brilliant. That's when we became the Pittsburgh Pirates. You have to admit, it's a cool name. A little alliteration, Pittsburgh Pirate. Cool mascot. You can raise the Jolly Roger. You can fire the cannon and Craig. Think of all the bad jokes we get to tell because
it's so easy.
Yeah. Okay. What's a pirate's favorite letter? C. Pirates love the sea.
I get it.
Every pirate wears an earring. But how much do those earrings cost? A buccaneer.
Hey!
Oh, no. What's a pirate's favorite restaurant? And don't say Long John Silver's. Arby's. What's a pirate's favorite kind of socks? And don't say crew socks. Argyle socks. Okay, here's my favorite one of all. It's the worst one. What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? He said, "Aye, matey."
I don't get that.
I'm matey. You know, matey, M-A-T-E-Y. I'm 80, E-I-G-H-T-Y. Aye, matey. This is something when you have to explain it, but that's all right. You know, that one has to sink in for a minute. So what do you say, Craig? Are you in the mood to take this duck boat down a regular pedestrian sidewalk?
Yeah, I want to drive a duck boat on the sidewalk.
What do you think? Should we squeeze our duck boat down a sidewalk?
Yeah!
I see who we're dealing with.
Yeah!
Okay, let's go for it.
We got
Don't tell
this.
anybody.
It'll fit.
Just inhale. hill, so we fit. Right where that cone is, making that sharp turn on a multi-ton duck road. I don't know, Craig. Are we gonna fit? Are we gonna fit? You never can tell.
That cone's there.
Yowza, yowza, yowza.
Stop.
Yeah. We're really doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah, we
Captain,
got
you're not a
this.
pedestrian. Hey, on the left side of the boat, though, be careful. Some of these trees are a little close, and I don't want anybody scratched. Because then Captain has to file paperwork at the branch office. He
Hey!
hates that.
I get
You
it.
really went out on a limb on that one.
Oh, I didn't want it to be the root of your problems, okay?
The wrong tree
These
there.
are such good jokes.
I know you're sick of more jokes, so I just...
Hey!
Oh,
Leave
no.
that one alone.
Oh, let's give that bicyclist 3 quacks. 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah, he's
I was
thrilled. He's thrilled to see us coming down the other way. Now, normally this would be where we would go onto the water, but because the current is so heavy, we are not permitted to. It's a Coast Guard regulation. So we're going to pull up alongside the lovely red boat or behind it, and then the lovely Captain Craig will be telling you all about the stuff that you see around here.
I'm going to make all your dreams come true, guys.
Oh, he really will.
Unless your dreams involve going on the water, because we're not doing that.
I'm a
But,
water baby, so you just
You know, Craig, I think we should give the river rescue people over here 3 big quacks. We'll pull up a little closer, then we'll quack them. They've been practicing their drills all day long. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack.
Nicely done, guys. Well, let's
Quacktastic.
just put this bad boy right here. Awesome. Well, look at that. That's a river. That right there is the Ohio River. The Ohio River is the culmination of the Allegheny and the Monongahela. And if we continue down that way, which is the only way we'd go with this much current, we'd end up on the Mississippi. And at this astonishing speed the river's moving at, we'd end up in New Orleans just in time for Mardi Gras. Oh, yeah.
Ducks going wild, Craig.
Ducks gone wild, for sure. No, we're not allowed to do that again. This is a 3-hour tour, but yeah, it's a pretty cool river. It's a pretty cool place. I mean, Pittsburgh's most iconically known for its 3 rivers, and the confluence right there at Point State Park. The Allegheny and the Monongahela form this Ohio River, and that Point State Park is what you see in any maps or pictures of the city of Pittsburgh. We're really proud of that iconic masterpiece there. But it wasn't always this beautiful state park. Believe it or not, that used to be a garbage dump owned by the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Railroad Company. They brought all their garbage across there and dumped it right there so they could easily load it onto barges. But cleaned it up, turned it into that beautiful masterpiece. In fact, we put the aesthetics of our city so ahead of other things that we even landscaped and made a city ordinance that all of our buildings are short in the front here and taller in the back, kind of like a mullet. It's business in the front, party in the back. And that way it gives a nice sloping view of the city of Pittsburgh right there. We're pretty proud of that. That giant hillside over there, that's Mount Washington, home to a bunch of rich people and fancy restaurants. I don't live there. Now, back in the day, only the poorest people would have lived on Mount Washington because it was pretty nasty up there. It was dirtier than my grandmother's mouth. See, all the pollution from all the steel mills around here used to blow from north to south, coating that mountain with epic nastiness. It was quite gross, but we cleaned our act up, and we're pretty proud of that. You got a question?
What about that building with the 4 tiers?
The building with the 4 tiers.
Yeah.
You mean the big glass one?
That's PPG place.
Remember when we
You
went
saw
through
the
there
bottom
and
of that.
talked all
You just-
about it?
you
It was
just don't
sweet.
get- you don't
I
get to
just
see the
couldn't
top
tell.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't get to see the top of it.
No.
But that's PPG, the one that we went through with the ice skating rink in the middle.
That's a really delightful place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Uh,
And at sunset, when it's all gold from the sun, or in the river, in the wintertime, it's blue with the snow.
It was also it was used in the movie Batman, the Batman movie. That was Wayne Enterprises, and then it was also used in the
Inspector Gadget.
the great 1997 cinematic masterpiece Inspector Gadget. Yes.
That was the
Yes, that was
Oh.
Dr. Claus, Evil Lair. Oh
Claus,
yes,
Evil
I
Lair.
know. You remember it well. Speaking of cool movies, Mount Washington is named after Denzel Washington. He came here in 2007 to film the movie Unstoppable. That's not true at all. It's actually named after George Washington, a guy who was here for a long time before that. Now see that incline going up and down the mountain
Yep.
there? That's a
Yeah.
funicular. We used to have 17 of those bad boys cruising up and down our hills, but we got rid of them. See, one of the favorite things we do here in Pittsburgh is destroy historic landmarks. We basically love 3 things: fireworks, Ariana Grande, and destroying historic landmarks. So, given the absolutely, Ariana Grande is just delightful. So we put up a
Wow,
whole
okay.
bunch of them. We left 2 though, because they're kind of cool. It's a good way to see the city. If you guys haven't gone up the incline, it's pretty cool. What else are you guys doing today?
What are we doing? Going home. Going to bed.
Going
Going
home.
home.
We're your last
Wow.
stop.
Hey, that's what we're doing today too.
Right.
It's pretty exciting. End of a Monday. One of my favorite things. You guys see that beautiful city view actually from the top of Mount Washington has recently been rated the second best view in the entire country. It lost only to the Painted Desert in Arizona. So that means the view of our city is not just better than every other city, it's also better than every national park. So that's kind of a big deal we're pretty proud of. A good way to see that view is to come out of the Fort Pitt Tunnel right there and onto the Fort Pitt Bridge. They call that the front door to Pittsburgh because when you come out of that tunnel, the whole city's in front of you. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Oh my
with
God,
Emma Watson?
yes!
Yes!
You know all those scenes where they're doing those things you shouldn't be doing in the back of a pickup truck?
Right there.
That was right there, yeah.
That movie's
If you
so
haven't
good.
seen it, it's a great view of our
just
city and a
read
pretty
the
good
book
view
a
of Emma
couple
Watson,
weeks
too.
ago.
Wait, well, they came
That
through
tunnel.
right there.
Remember they're in the back of a
Yellow
pickup truck,
bridge?
standing up, not using their seatbelt, ignoring
That's
all
where
laws
they
and
came through the
regulations.
tunnel into
Yeah.
the city.
Tunnel?
Yeah,
The whole city was a tunnel.
that's where Perks of Being a Wallflower was filmed.
The whole movie
Yes.
was filmed here in
Whole movie was
Pittsburgh.
filmed in
We film
Pittsburgh.
a lot of movies here in Pittsburgh. It's kind of a big deal. It's we're pretty proud of that. Pretty popular these days. Oh look, a camo boat. These guys are with you, but we put the ugly people on the camo boats. So you can see them. Let's go ahead and quack at them on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Quack, quack, quack!
Oh, the timing was perfect. We canceled each other out. But
It was a rip in the space-time continuum.
exactly.
Right?
It didn't really work out. So yeah, it's a pretty cool
I
thing.
know.
You guys see that fountain at the point? That wasn't always there. Like I said, that didn't used to be a state park. That fountain is controlled by a computer and an anemometer, so when the wind picks up, the fountain goes down. Kind of a cool thing we got going on for us. Now you guys just spent some time at the Carnegie Science Center, right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right? 250 hands-on displays for kids and adults alike. I'm sure the teachers are like, yeah, what was your favorite in there? What was your favorite thing you saw? Yeah. The bodies exhibit? Is that still there?
No.
That was pretty cool.
Bodies exhibit is not still
Oh,
there.
I don't know. That was pretty cool.
There's the train room, there's the sports works.
There's the robots and stuff.
Robots. Yeah, trains were cool, weren't they?
Pretty
Yeah.
cool stuff. You guys see the submarine out there?
Yeah.
That's the USS Requin, built in the same year as this duck boat. You can't really see it from here, but it was at the Science Center. It's built in 1945. It was part of World War II. It never saw a lot of service during World War II, so now it's just sort of chilling there. They painted it gray and letting it chill there. You get to take a tour of it sometimes with your museum admission.
They said it doesn't work.
It certainly doesn't work. Well, that's not entirely true. Submarines are supposed to do two things. They can go up and down. That one goes down well. We haven't really tried the up in a long time, but it will go down. That I can guarantee.
Although the river's too shallow, it could not submerge in the river.
Yeah,
deep enough.
it would just sink a little bit.
sink
But
a little bit.
yeah, it's a pretty cool submarine. This duck boat was also built in 1945, the same year. They built these between 1942 and 1945. You have a question?
What about that building?
That building is the Hatch Corporation. The building itself is actually for sale. The corporation Hatch deals with secure government documents.
Oh, let's go.
I know, what a delight, yeah.
And there's medical
really
facilities in
impressive,
there. It's just
really.
a bunch of little
Yeah.
manufacturing
This is
companies.
a really delightful facility.
Yes. It's as interesting as 7-Eleven.
It really is.
The Hatch building is right up there with 7-Eleven.
Truly breathtaking.
Yeah.
And yeah, these duck boats were designed to do some pretty cool things. They could fit 50 soldiers in here. They could also fit 2 Jeeps or a 105mm howitzer. They would have driven these right into the water, carried the troops and cargo right up to the battle, unloaded them, and driven them back. You got another question?
That building.
Which building? Oh, that's like people live there.
Condominiums.
Yeah.
That's
It's like houses and
condominiums.
stuff. And
Because they
people-
like the view. There's all those buildings.
Very
that-
good view. Rich people.
Yeah.
There's rich people there.
Steps.
Yeah, there's rich people there too. And it's definitely some rich people.
It's either rich people or fancy restaurants. Like that building up on stilts, there was a restaurant called the Lamont.
There's rich people there.
Yeah, rich people
Yeah.
eat there, yes.
Yeah. And there's a high proximity of rich people up there. So I don't live there. Oh, there's a guy with a bicycle. But anyway, yeah, these rivers are pretty cool. These duck boats are pretty cool. These were built by the General Motors Company, GM, the same people that build regular cars. They built them in Pontiac, Michigan. They were built from 1942 to 1945 and designed to be able to carry troops and cargo right into battle. They could drive up over a 60-degree incline and over an 18-inch obstacle. They had a lot of cool features to them, including a propeller and the fact that they were able to drive in the water and wouldn't sink. There's you could even shoot at these bad boys a couple of times and they still wouldn't sink. They can have holes in them and they won't sink. They got 6-wheel drive. Everything.
Almost like the Titanic.
Almost like the Titanic? No, I'll never let go.
Almost.
And the Titanic would have been fine if they had foam. That's what people don't realize. They didn't have foam yet. If they had some foam, they would have been fine.
I mean,
And,
I also want to.
It looks like apartments have gone all the way to the top. They
A little
were
bit
like
of
ice
foam.
cream trays.
All they needed was foam. It's that simple. Like a couple of cans.
balls.
Yeah.
They
Some
had a couple
foam,
staterooms
some
full
ping
of
pong balls. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
it's perfect.
this isn't too much to ask, really. They could have solved the problem with a little bit of foam. A wee bit of duct tape would have solved. They didn't have adhesive tape at the time. I mean, it really messed them up pretty good.
Entertainment.
Wow, we got Tony Hawk right there.
Yeah, that's right.
He's doing his thing. That's pretty cool. But, yeah, hey, look at that. That's Heinz Field there. Heinz Field is home to the 6-time Super Bowl champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, we've hosted some pretty ridiculous things like Taylor Swift's 1989 World Tour. That's right. If you're not a Taylor Swift fan, that's fine, but we don't want no bad blood on board.
Okay.
Also, hey, if you don't like my jokes, just shake it off.
Oh my god.
See, I can do this all day because the play is gonna play. Anyway, yeah, we even hosted Beyonce Knowles, the Queen Bee herself, was here last year. One Direction was even here. One Direction was so excited to come to Pittsburgh that 4/5 of the band attended. Yeah, Zane did not. He went off in his own direction. What's up?
That statue.
That statue we're gonna get to. This is not an interactive tour. No, it can't be. It's whatever. No, did you have a question?
No, I was gonna say, has 21 Pilots ever come?
21 Pilots? No, they wouldn't play there. No one really likes them. That seats 71,000 people.
Oh! Excuse me! How
You got
dare
a
you
question?
say that? Excuse me!
I think you have created hate.
I can't hear you.
Do you think Jacob Sartorius will ever play in Pittsburgh?
Do I think Jacob Sartorius will ever play Pittsburgh? I'm not sure who that is.
No, good.
So I don't know. I'm a bit perplexed there.
Good.
I could ask one of my cultural reference people like Colton Gill there. Colton, who's Jacob Sartorius?